NC Governor Pat McCrory concedes defeat. North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory conceded Monday that he lost his re-election bid, delivering a valuable consolation prize for Democrats, who lost both the presidential and U.S. Senate race in the Tarheel State. The election of Democrat Roy Cooper to the post also is a moral victory for Democrats and lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender individuals, who targeted McCrory for championing the state's bathroom bill, requiring that people use the public restroom assigned to their birth sex. "This is a watershed moment for our movement," said Jay Brown, National Communications Director for the Human Rights Campaign, a leading LGBT rights group. The defeat of Pat McCrory sends a signal to lawmakers everywhere that the days of LGBT politicking are over. In a video statement, McCrory, who spent weeks in contentious administrative and court challenges of ballots, struck a gracious tone as he pledged to help his successor with the transition and asked North Carolinians to support their new governor. "Being the 74th governor of North Carolina has been a privilege and an honor," McCrory said, "but during the holiday season, it's also time to celebrate our democratic process and respect what I see to be the ultimate outcome of the closest North Carolina governor's race in modern history. Despite continued questions that should be answered about the voting process, I personally believe that a majority of our citizens have spoken and we now should do everything we can to support the 75th governor of North Carolina, Roy Cooper." McCrory added, "The race represents the only loss for an incumbent governor this year, and experts attribute the anomaly overwhelmingly to the bathroom bill, known as HB 2. It was a self-inflicted, fatal wound to his re-election," said Stephen Green, a political science professor at North Carolina State University. Donald Trump took the battleground state by 5 points and the state's incumbent GOP Senator, Richard Burr, was re-elected. "Without HB 2, that McCrory loss doesn't happen," Green says. Nearly half of voters in an Elon University poll taken before the election said they opposed HB 2, while less than 40% said they supported it. A poll commissioned by the HRC and Equality North Carolina before the election found that 57% cited HB 2 as the top reason not to vote for McCrory, beating any other issue by 17 percentage points. The law, approved by a very conservative GOP-led state legislature, came to be deeply unpopular with the public, which worried not only about the state's reputation, but the fiscal impact. Businesses, worried about the impact on their own reputations and on their LGBT workers, abandoned plans to expand in the state. Just weeks after McCrory had celebrated a deal with PayPal to put a global operations center in North Carolina, the e-commerce company pulled out of it. What really upset locals in the sports fan mecca, analysts say, was the backlash from athletics organizations. The NBA pulled its All-Star game out of Charlotte, a move McCrory at the time derided as total PCBS. And the NCAA announced it would relocate all 7 of its championship games from the state this academic year, including the popular March Madness games. But McCrory, instead of working to repeal law, doubled down, Green said, perhaps thinking he would win by appeasing and igniting the Republican base. He calculated wrong. It blew up in his face, Green said. Cooper's win represents a stunning turnaround for the LGBT movement. In 2008, Democrat John Kerry lost the presidential election in part because of public worries about same-sex marriage. This time, it was a Republican who paid the price for not being inclusive enough of LGBT people. The race also underscores the importance of North Carolina as a battleground in years to come. While Republican nominees have won the state in the last 2 presidential elections, the defeat of McCrory, and over a social issue like LGBT rights, shows the state's population is not as conservative as the legislature, and that their votes are very much up for grabs, Green says. The HRC is hopeful that Cooper will be able to push for a repeal of HB 2 once he takes office, but Green is skeptical. The public may not like the law, but all these state legislators who pushed for HB 2 are very comfortable in their gerrymandered districts, Green said.